MacVoices at CES 2024. MacVoices is at CES in Las Vegas. I'm Chuck Joyner. Folks, we always like to stop by the Chipolo booth to see what's new because they are an alternate to AirTags and some of the other tracking options out there. This time they have something for our Android friends, but they also have some other things too. Nika's going to tell us about it. Nika, it's so nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
So how long was your flight to get here?
Oh, actually the whole journey was 21 hours, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for making it and talking to us.
Sure, with pleasure.
So what do we have new?
Well, this is not exactly new. We launched this in May last year, but they are called point products, Chipolo One Point and Chipolo Card Point. One is to find your keys and one for your wallet. And they work with Google's Find My Device app. So that's actually new. It's similar to Apple Find My Device, so it has a huge network of phones, Android phones that can scan for your lost items. So for example, if you lose your keys somewhere in a city, you can just check in the app and see the latest updates about where your keys are. And this is something that's still upcoming because currently we are waiting for Google to launch the app, which will happen quite soon.
So Nika, in this world, every time you see something about a tracker or anything like that, we have to start talking about security and asking about security. How has Chipolo addressed security?
Well, actually, the fact that Google delayed the Find My Device app is related to that because they are working closely with Apple to integrate unwanted tracking alerts into iOS and Android system. So they want to prevent the option of tracking people with these tags. So this is something they are taking care of on their end, and since our product works within their platforms, this makes it secure as their platforms.
That's great. So you don't have to worry about it. You just are waiting on them to actually accomplish it.
Yes.
Very nice. Very nice. Given what we just said, what kind of price points do these have?
The 1 point that's for the keys, that's $28, and the wallet one is $35.
Excellent, excellent. But this isn't all we have from what you told me.
No, this year we prepared something special. It's not like a tech innovation, but there's a story.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is your little surprise.
Yes. So about 2 years ago, we introduced Chipolo Card Spot. That's a wallet finder that works within the Apple Find My app. And since then, we had about 10,000 of plastic covers that we use for this product that are visually not perfect. That's because the covers are extremely thin and they are black and very hard to produce. So we had like more imperfect products than with other trackers. So we were thinking to do something special and not just put them to recycling. So we decided to make a special edition and actually use the imperfect plastic covers. And we wanted to highlight a message there. So even though the product has superficial imperfections, just as we humans do, that should not stop us from being amazing and doing the purpose that we have in life. So we created a special edition called Perfectly Imperfect Card Spot. It still works perfectly. The only thing that is that it has a few scratches here and a few blemishes. And that's actually a wallet finder with a reminder that even though there are some imperfections, that should not stop us from being awesome.
That's such a great idea. You know, we all get a little bit sucked into the idea that it has to be perfect when we unwrap it.
Yeah.
And 10 minutes later, there's a little scratch on it or something. So the fact that you just decided not to abandon it, but just to rebrand and utilize it, I think that's great. That's great. But and again, to just reiterate, these are functionally equivalent to the ones that actually pass your standards.
That's correct, yeah. And even you can hardly notice the spots, but we have quite high standards and we don't want these products as our usual products because, well, our head of design is very perfectionist, so this story is quite hard for him to accept. but it is a more important message. You can see on the back wall that where people stopped by and they actually wrote their imperfections. So this is something a lot of them can relate to.
I love it. I love it. I think it's thinking outside the box, literally. So the perfectly imperfect only come in black. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And what kind of price point is there for those? Same price point?
Yeah, it's the same price point, but we will donate $1 from each product sold to 3 charities. One actually helps people who are blind, one helps people who have mental illness, and one helps people with different mental or physical disabilities. So those charities actually support the message that we wanted to highlight.
That is brilliant. I don't know who came up with that, but I love it. I love it. That it's you explain the product and why, but you also are trying to do a little good in the world with it. So, well
Yes.
done. Well done. The website where folks can go to learn more about all of it.
Yeah, chipolo.net.
Great. Nika, it's great to meet you. Thank you so much for the time.
Yeah, thank you.
Folks, we'll have more from CES and Las Vegas. I'm Chuck Joyner. Thanks for watching. Visit MacVoices.com for show notes and to connect with Chuck on social media. Get involved in our Facebook group or like our Facebook page, and get more out of your Apple tech with MacVoices Magazine, free on Flipboard and on the web. And if you find value in it all, consider supporting us through either our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/MacVoices or by making a one-time donation via the PayPal link on our front page and in the show notes of each episode. You will join these fine people who help bring you Mac Voices. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media at backbeatmedia.com. Bandwidth provided by CashFly at cashfly.com.